Good morning, chat. Good morning. I see you guys saying it's 7 a.m. It's 7 a.m. Yep, true, guys. I have a normal stream schedule. I'm definitely not starting to stream at 7 or at 10 p.m. That's not something I would do. That's not something I would do at all. I would never dream of that. Welcome, chat. Hope you guys are doing well tonight. Hope you guys had a good playoffs week 1. I'm trying to think of what exactly I want to do tonight exactly. I honestly don't know how long I'm gonna be live. It kind of just depends on vibes. If I'm feeling the vibes, you know, I feel like recently I've been doing like 2-hour streams. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do like a 4-hour stream. Maybe I'll do a 6-hour stream. Actually, probably not a 6-hour stream. That would be 4 a.m. So that I don't think that's gonna happen. But in either case, I'm here. What's up? We had a good weekend 1, I would say. So I want to start off. I'm gonna start this off on a high note. On a high note. Look at that. That is what you call being a prophet. That's what you call prediction God. That right there. So just to clarify, I'm going to use the green pen. Okay? So EDCR Steez. This is the only match that I actually got fully wrong. Like both the winner and the outcome. So I guess I'll write an X there. It's not showing up, is it? I'll write this in green. The actual outcome was 3-2. So that, you guys can't see that at all, can you? Maybe I'll use blue. Does blue show up better? So that needs a correction, okay? Other than that, we did really well. I'm just gonna pull it up here just so I think I have it memorized, but I just want to make sure. So this ended up being 2-3. Feinberg versus Hacks. This is fully correct. I just get a check mark. Aquacord NHB. This is one of the ones I got wrong. So this was a 0, but I'm gonna give myself. I'm gonna say how should we do this? A check plus if I got the thing, and a check if I didn't. I don't know. Silver Sky Crab, check plus. Infume Beef Salad, just a check. Beef Salad did get 2 on Infume there. Yeah, I knew that, of course. I was commentating that game. So this should have been 2. Loki Nahan, check plus on the money. Dugile HDMI cords, cables. Dude, I promise I'm sorry. This one HDMI did get 1, so only a check. But then lastly, this one was also exactly correct. So overall, we got 4 of the, we got half of them right, just on the money. And then 3 others we got right, but we didn't get the scoreline correct, exactly correct. And then, yeah, one of them we just got fully wrong. But I think that's pretty good. I think that puts us pretty, I don't know, I think that's like a pretty solid performance. I hate your script. Is there still a chance for the editor to come in? Listen, I'm sorry to Silver fans, but it was just for the script. We had beef salad here, right? Oh, I need to put this up. It was, you know, not beef salad. We had Sky Crab here. We couldn't like Sky Crab can't always be an actor in the TV show of MCSR playoffs, and so it's limited availability. We had to make sure that he got at least 2 episodes. Sorry guys, I know some people are really trying to make sure that the Silver storyline works out. That will happen eventually. We'll get back to the Silver storyline, but it is not this season, okay? We had to ensure 2 episodes of the Sky Crab arc at least. That would have been greatly underutilizing that very talented actor, okay? Greatly underutilizing Sky Crab, in my opinion. Season 1 and Season 10 would be so cinema. See? You're thinking like a script writer now. That's what I like. That's what I like to see. That's good. Great commentary on these. Thank you. I appreciate that. We've been obviously trying to improve commentary a lot, so that means a lot. Still a long way to go. But always more to improve, but yeah. Skycrab's contract includes at least 2 episodes. Yeah, it does, as you can see. There was also the prequel episode that you guys may have seen, the LCQ. But that episode, not everyone counts. Because it's sort of, yeah. Skycrab is signed, yeah, Skycrab is signed elsewhere, but decided to make an appearance, just a crossover between RSG and Ranked. Yeah, exactly. No, but I'm excited, guys. I think there's a lot of storylines to be talking about. I might do like a recap, honestly. That might be fun. I want to talk. The first thing I want to do is kind of talk to you guys about the storylines that I'm seeing. And then if people in chat have additional, I guess, like things they're noticing or cool patterns, feel free to share. Because honestly, if you guys have some insight here that I'm missing, then I don't know, maybe I could use it in playoffs. So that's what I'm going to start with, I think. So let's just look here at what we've got. So Steez versus hacking noises. So, I mean, I think it's fair to say that Steez is a bit of an underdog here. First playoffs going against our reigning champ, right? So this is going to be an interesting match. To be fair, right, everyone was saying that about EDCR. That being said, I do feel like Hacks is just a demon when it comes to these tournaments. I mean, yes, he has only won 1, but he's arguably the most consistent playoffs player. And EDCR has not quite shown that consistency in playoffs yet. So while Steez did play very well against EDCR, I think it's going to be really tough to beat. I think this is a really tough opponent to go against round 2. I mean, this is a brutal bracket for Steez, to be honest. I mean, I guess it makes sense. You're the 15 seed, but at the end of the day, I mean, this is absolutely brutal. So, you know, well played to Steez. Best of luck. I will say I would probably update my thing. I would expect Hacks to probably win 3-0. If I had to update my bracket, because I had EDCR winning 1. My bracket, by the way, just for what it's worth. So because we only got 1 game wrong, we can basically, and I plan on Hacks moving on. Anyways, we can basically just say that this is still my exact same bracket. I would probably change if now this is Steez. I'd probably say 3-0. I think that's probably the most likely outcome. But that being said, I think Steez could totally win 1. So you never know. Steez wins it all. Listen, if Steez wins all of it, I would be very happy about that. Anyways, so that's the first storyline. Definitely underdog versus. Hey, Steez would be the ultimate underdog if he wins this game, though. The problem with Steez. Okay, here's the problem with Steez winning this game. All right, I'll be 100% honest. Let's say Steez wins this game, right? It would be cool from the perspective of the underdog. This would be awesome. The problem is, then Steez has to win 2 more games against either one of these 2 and then one of these 4 in order to win. And I feel like if Steez just got like 4th after beating Hacks and EDCR, it'd be kind of underwhelming. So like the storyline of Steez is exciting to me, but it's like he's got to get some pretty insane momentum going on in order for it to be particularly awesome. That being said, I do think Hacks could win back-to-back. I don't think that's a crazy thought with how he's been playing. So we have that match first. Then we have Aquacord versus Skycrab. Honestly, this is an interesting one. So I have it going 3-0 to Aquacord. Maybe I'm underestimating Skycrab, though. I feel like Skycrab has been playing really well. I mean, the reason I had him beating Silver was because I just was so impressed by his LCQ performance that I felt like, man, like, I don't know. There's something about the way that he was playing. He just looked really... I think the thing that convinced me to put him as the winner was when he, like, needed to get, like, last place in a seed to qualify, and he ended up getting first. Like, that's so awesome. So, honestly, I think a 3-0 might be harsh, but hey, I don't know. I'm not gonna change my predictions now. Then we have Infume versus Loki. So this one's good because it's a rematch of two very decorated ranked players for slightly different reasons, I would say. I mean, obviously Loki is the most decorated playoffs winner, right? And we're going against Infume. Different play styles, different skills, strengths and weaknesses, whatnot. This match was so interesting because, oh man, Loki, the thing about Loki is that, I mean, there's so many, I feel like Loki's gameplay I could talk about for like 2 hours. I love commentating Loki. He's easily my favorite person to commentate because I just feel like, no, you could at any point, there's like something to notice about his gameplay. He just always is doing crazy stuff. His gameplay reminds me, for people in soccer, his gameplay reminds me a little bit of like Ronaldinho or like Neymar, where he's just doing crazy shit all the time. And it's like just ridiculous. I don't know. That's the analogy I have in my head sometimes when I think about him. Just a very fun player to watch, a very flashy player, and sometimes those things matter. Sometimes they don't matter as much, like him going for like the +3, I still think is insane. But anyways, Infume and Loki. So I have that one going 3-1 to Infume, who's just been like a very consistent player. Would I change that after this weekend? I don't think I'd change that. It was easy. Dude, Loki is, he's so nonchalant. It was very fun to interview him. I feel like he's gotten like a bit more confident with the interviews. It seems like to me he's still like, you know, fairly, he doesn't talk a lot, but I feel like, I don't know. I had a lot of fun in interviewing him. I hope that he felt like more confident with this interview, because I mean, after that gameplay, it's just awesome. It's just awesome to see Loki dominate. I felt like last season we didn't get to see, like he said himself, he felt like he was washed. I wouldn't call him washed last season, but there is a part of me that's like, you know, if he moves on here, that would be pretty crazy. In either case. Either case here is just a dub. It's like Infume, we love Infume here. Well, okay, no, we hate Infume, but like, you know, you guys know what I mean. And Loki is obviously going for that 4th win. Would be crazy if he did anything. The no damage part was accidental. Yeah, I mean, I guess it was. I mean, that's what he says. But like, here's the thing: is like, you put any other player in that situation, not any other player, you put 100 speedrunners in that situation, maybe 2 of them get that off fast enough. I think he was like within a tick. He was, I mean, I don't know exactly. You have to do the count. You have to count, but like, I think he did that about as fast as you can humanly do that, purling over. Like just no hesitation. And like, that's just how he plays, right? So yes, it was accidental, but it's a result of how fast he is that he was able to do that. I mean, yeah, anyways. Then lastly, we have Dougal versus Blazemind. So honestly, I mean, okay. First of all, Dougal is TAS. Dougal is TAS. All right? Doug is TAS. No matter how you want to pronounce his name, it's undeniable that Doug is TAS. So I do have Doug winning this game. I had him winning 3-0. To be honest, I will say, for what it's worth, Mongi, do not underestimate Mongi. Mongi is a very good player. And Blazebine won. Now, the interesting thing about this match is that I do feel like, you know, you could argue that Blazebine's the more mechanical player compared to Mongi, whereas Mongi's more the tactical player, and now Doog is like very mechanically skilled, right? A little bit different, but still very mechanically skilled. So maybe they're a little more even on that match, and then just like way more playoff experience for Doog, way more just like overall experience for Doog could give him a significant advantage. But I do think that this could be a good match regardless. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I'm standing by my picks. I'm not changing them. All right. But obviously, I think it could go really any direction. You just never know with playoffs. I mean, there's always upsets. There's always surprises that happen. Some bigger upsets than others, but yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be cool, and I hope you guys did have fun this weekend. Because to be honest, that was crazy, man. I mean, the fact that we had like Ludwig commentating over it was honestly like kind of surreal. Like it feels like it's like part of a dream or something. You know what I mean? Like it was like kind of weird. It feels like I could see a world like I feel like I have a lot of dreams like this where it's like I'll like be talking to like Lionel Messi and Messi's like, yo, I fuck with your Twitch channel. And I'm like, yo, thanks, man. And then I wake up and I'm like, shit, that was a nice dream. Anyways, so my point is Ludwig commentating this, like I'm kind of waiting to wake up. You know, you guys know what I mean? I'm kind of waiting like any moment. I just gotta wake up. Ludwig's not actually commentating playoffs. Let's be real. Let's be real. Come on now. Come on now. That's not actually happening. He's not actually doing that. Lamine Yamal winning season 35. Yeah, like, come on. That's not happening. That's not, like, come on. We're in, this is not real. You know what I mean? Yeah, Ludwig, okay, dude. Ludwig has single-handedly blown up Minecraft speedrunning. It is crazy. It is crazy how in a couple of weeks of Ludwig playing the game, but I think importantly engaging with the community, he has taken the game to another level as far as like the reach, which is so cool. It's so cool. And guys, Ludwig said on his stream today, I watched the Nerdi video and it was good. Let's go. That's so awesome. I'm so happy about that. That made my day. Let me see if I can. Let me pull up the clip. Hold on. Okay, honestly, it's just him saying he liked the video. But that's kind of a dub, no? Which one? What do you mean which one? You know which one. Guys. That's not a question. You guys want to see the clip? Okay, I'll show the clip. Is it this one? I think it's this one.
Yesterday, who commentated
yes, here it is, right?
I watched a video from Nerdi, the commentator
Let's go.
from yesterday, who commentated
Let's go.
Feinberg. I'm sure we'll see them for the second half of today. He had a video. It was like 8 pros, and one of them is cheating, and they have to find the imposter. Good video.
Yeah, we see EDCR getting the.
Okay, you know what?
Yeah, that's a good ass video.
You know, for this alone. Okay, why is this clip here? What is this? What is this?
I think Team's gonna win that one. Nahan v Loki. You know what? I think this one's a little unexpected.
Why did I click that? I don't know what I was expecting. Don't ask me what I was expecting. I don't need to watch that. I don't need to watch that. What is he doing? Okay, anyways, but I will forgive his Patriots hat for 2 reasons. Number 1, Number one, because he said that about my video, and number two, because despite being seemingly a Patriots fan, wait, hold on. Despite being a Patriots fan, pulling it up. Despite being a Patriots fan, as you can see, he predicts the Seahawks to win the Super Bowl, which is that's just amazing. That's good. That's good. That's fantastic. So I told him that he's apparently 4 for 4 in his predictions. He needs to keep being right. He can be wrong about some stuff as long as the Seahawks win. So that's what I told him. And yeah. The Niners are not taking out the Seahawks. Did you see what happened in the last game of the season? Did you see? You weren't watching, were you? Okay, that's okay. I forgive you. Exactly, revenge? I don't think that's how that works. I don't think that's how that works. Yo, 6len, thank you so much for this. Prime, thank you. I appreciate it. I should set up notifications. No, I'm like a cool streamer. Like I don't even need to thank you guys for subs because I'm at that level. I'm basically famous. I'm basically famous. I don't even know which sport you're talking about. American football. It's okay though. Fix the roller coaster. Ah, that's true. You know, I was thinking about taking it down, but I didn't. So, yeah, no, I should. I really should. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. You know, actually, another thing I'm curious to ask you guys about. I'm sure there's a lot of playoff. I'm just like assuming that like you guys watched playoffs. So, hopefully that's okay. What do you guys think about seed pick bans? I'm curious. Do you guys dislike them? Is this something that like is it because I know Ludwig does not like them. Does everyone agree with? Is this like a universal thing that everyone doesn't like them? Not a good system. So okay, this is my question. Right? Are you guys okay when people criticize it? Because I feel like a lot of people will say it's bad or something. Here's the question I want you guys to ask. Okay. Do you like the concept of them? That's a question. That's one question. And then the second question is, do you like the execution? Because if you don't like the concept, then like trying to fix it, like, I mean, you could just randomize it, right? There's so many yeses and nos that I can't. Okay, wait. Yes, no. I like the concept. Not being able to pick and ban a C-type % amount is good. Okay. So the bans end up just not mattering. So the problem is, yeah, I mean, there's no way to make it, I don't think there's a way to make it so that they can really matter a lot. I don't think that's possible. Unless maybe you were starting to like get into like Bastion bans or something like that. Or like maybe adding like monuments or something crazy. I'm not suggesting that, but I'm just saying like there's a world where you could make it. You could change the entire game so that they would matter more. But I don't think that's worth it. So I might suggest to Oliver to scrap it entirely. Add Jungle Temple Seeds. True. I might suggest, I might bring this up to the ranked team to scrap it entirely. If people really like actually don't like it because it doesn't matter enough and it's just a waste of time, then I mean, it's like less work for us, right? It's not like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's supposed to be a fun thing. It's not meant to be whatever. So yeah, anyways. There was layoffs at one point, which made it so you could pick a certain seed and the opponent picks Bastion type. Like, that's cool. That's cool. I like the concepts of picks, but bans end up not mattering. Better would be coin toss. Who picks first? Then everyone can pick up the two. I can pick up to 2 times. Why can't I read, dude? I'm a little bit tired, guys. I'm sorry. Can pick up to 2 times, and tiebreaker game would be red. Okay, so here's my question, right? Here's my question. Do you guys, how do you guys feel about, okay, here's an analogy that I'm thinking about. I'm going to read what everyone's saying, so if you guys type something and I miss it, give me a second. I want to bring up a quick analogy, and I want to see what you guys think. So the thing that I think about when it comes to this is soccer. You do like a coin flip for who, I think you do a coin flip for who gets to shoot first, right? It doesn't really matter. I don't know. I would love to see the stats on it, but like from a game theory perspective, it should not matter at all. Like just purely from a mental thing, right? But like still like they show it and it's kind of like a formal thing. So in my head, it not having a big impact to the outcome doesn't necessarily mean it's not like a fun, cool thing. You know? But if all the viewers like universally are like, bro, this is such a slog, like let's get done with this, then like I don't want to stay on it, you know what I mean? All seed types should be played. Okay, see, that I don't think is necessarily true. I don't necessarily know if I agree that it should always be 5 different ones. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think Jungle Temple would be awesome. That would be a pretty big change, though. That would be something beyond. Yeah. So Ludwig's suggestion is to play a seed they want on. So that's why I brought up the thing earlier. Like Ludwig had solutions, but it almost sounded to me like Ludwig didn't like the idea of them at all. It's almost what it felt like. From the clips that I saw. Now, to be clear, I didn't watch Ludwig like 24/7. I only saw a few clips of him talking about it. So if I'm clipping him out of context, my bad. But the thing that's interesting is that it seems like maybe it is best to just remove it entirely, or maybe it just needs to be fixed. I don't know. It's just hard to say, but I didn't realize that like that this was a problem that people had an issue with. Because it sounds like when Ludwig said that, it wasn't like he was getting spammed with like question marks, you know? It was like people were kind of just like, oh yeah, I kind of agree. I was like, that was a little bit surprising to me. I don't think we heard that feedback very much. How do the players feel about pick bans? So I think Bro said cooking instead. Okay, I'm sorry, I said clipping instead of quoting. My bad, Greg, my bad. I am cooked. We all know that. So my understanding is that some players find it annoying, but I do think that some players care. I think like Feinberg, I would love to ask everyone. Now I want to interview the players more. I don't know. But my understanding is that some people care, at least sometimes. Like, I don't know. Some people do have weaknesses, right? Some people do have strengths. And so I think like there's sometimes where it's like, oh, I don't care between, you know, Shipwreck and BT, like I don't care. But then I do think there's some times where like someone really doesn't want to play a Desert Temple. Jungle Temple is funny, just not super viable. So, who cares what Ludwig says? He's a lolcow? No. But here's what I'm saying. First of all, I think Ludwig has a good sense of like events. So I respect his opinion. I don't necessarily agree with him on it. I'm not just gonna like default agree with him, but I think he has good sense, a good sense of it. Invite first to this. Yeah, that's true. Congrats on being first, Osh. I'm not gonna say like, oh, Ludwig said it, therefore it's true, right? But I will totally. I think he has a good sense of events, and I love hearing feedback. So I'm always curious when people do have a criticism of anything. I'm always curious to hear them out. And like I said, the other thing is it seemed like a lot of people just agreed with him, and I feel like his chat would like, I don't know, maybe his chat would just kind of like default agree with him, but I feel like a lot of times I see his chat will like if he says something silly, they'll correct him or whatever, right? So it seems like some people just kind of agreed. Yeah, Ludwig has experience running events. And also another thing, like Ludwig is kind of in my head. Ludwig is sort of like our target audience, right? I mean, not totally, but like someone who knows speedrunning like a decent amount, but like not, they don't necessarily, they're not an expert, but they like know like a good sense and they're kind of into esports. Like, I feel like that's kind of the people, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of people in Ludwig's shoes. So anyways, okay, hold on. Let me scroll up because I'm so curious to see what you guys are saying. What would be wrong with playing all 5? Just genuinely curious. Sounds fun from a viewer perspective. Let me think. Why do I disagree with that? Well, I guess like one reason is because then that's not really seed picking it's like kind of seed ordering, which does kind of matter, but I feel like that kind of takes the picking out of it. That takes a lot of the picking out of the thing. You know what I mean? There's less picking happening. So that's one reason, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not entirely opposed. It's just like I would need to think more about that. Yeah, I mean, you could also do the best of 7 question is also another question, but I mean that you could fix too. Add 2 more seed types. That's the solution. If it's meant to be entertainment like a coin flip, I think it's presented wrongly. The bans and pick first are shown right after the win stats, which make the pick bans seem significant. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Blob, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Thank you for the raid. Interesting. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So you're saying that we spend too much time and focus on them. Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's fair feedback. I think that's fair feedback. I think it's one of those things where like we've just like kind of done it for so long, we haven't even really thought about it. And now people are bringing it up because of what Ludwig said. So that's interesting. But yeah. Let's see what else. I was low-key agreeing with him. A larger variety. Yeah, I mean, I guess okay. Ludwig was also upset about the first round elimination. Okay. So first round elimination, no, that's a good thing to talk about too. So the reason why we haven't done second 2 eliminations, I mean, there's a couple of reasons. Number one, it's like less things to schedule. So considering that we were, I say we are, a fairly small team, and we want to get it done in 2 weekends, and, you know, we only have so many whatever, that was one reason. Like, it's just easier to track a tournament with that many people, right? So double elim can take a long time. And it can be hard. Like, you can, for example, like what I think maybe Valorant or something does is you have one bracket and then you have the double elim bracket running on like a second channel or something. I think that's something that I've seen done. I don't know if that's Valorant, but like I'm pretty sure I've seen that done in other esports, and that's a good solution because then you don't have to worry about it just taking forever. But yeah, personally, okay, this is how I feel. If I have one person that I'm rooting for, let's say I am a Feinberg fan. If I'm a Feinberg fan and I'm watching playoffs, I really like double elim because it gives more games of Feinberg guaranteed, even if he does poorly. However, as a kind of like fairly neutral entity, I would say, right? I kind of care about like the storylines. I don't necessarily care about any individual winning. For me, I like single elim because it makes the stories like way easier to track. Every match is very intense. There's a lot on the line. So I personally, I will say I like single elim. That's what I like. But I can understand other people having different opinions, and that's okay. I absolutely, like, this is one of those things where, you know, maybe we try it, see how it goes, something like that. But I don't, I personally probably, I kind of like the way it is now. I'm worried though. It's weird because, like, I'm trying to be open-minded to a lot of these ideas that people are having now that there's so many more eyes on playoffs. And it's like hard for me to, you know, whatever. But overall, I like suggestions. I'm always down to hear people out. And yeah. Double elim makes upsets way less fun. Yeah, I mean, it does add more variance, is what single elim adds, which I can understand from a competitive standpoint, people not wanting, but I don't know. That is why we changed it to BO5. Just hit diamond now, I can relax. Nice. Just spam refresh their website. Yeah. Yeah. So much worse since for viability, have less games for match. BO5 is better for consistency, in my opinion. Yeah, that's fair. Check watch time. Oh. There we go. Variance was way bigger in season 5 and season 6. Okay. I really hated the buys. I will be fully honest. I will be fully honest. I fucking hated that system. Okay? I feel like I should have spoken my mind more. I really did not like the buys. But it's okay. Listen, we try stuff. Okay? We try stuff and it doesn't work. And that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. No hate to the team. All right? We tried it. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. It was not my thing, but you know, it's now we know. We learned, and that's what matters. Yeah, season 5 Duke only playing 2 matches. Yeah, okay. It was, yeah, like I think someone said it was an overcook. I think, yeah, that's a good way to describe it. It was a bit of an overcook. It is okay. That was a funny system though. Do you think BO3 double elim is better? So that's what I'm saying. I like best of 5 more. That's just what I like. It just makes, in my opinion, it simplifies the system. I like having like a back and forth between 2 players more than BO3, where I feel like you can just be 2 matches and you're done. Like I like at least having to get to a 3rd match. I like that. I'm open to being wrong. Like this is one of those things, like my experience is valuable, I guess, but I ultimately care what the people think. If the people watching, I mean, this is not for me, so it's like, well, I guess it is for me, but it's like for me and a lot of other people. So if everyone else was like, dude, we need to do double elim, then I'd be open to it. But like personally, well, we haven't tried double elim BO3 or whatever, but personally, I think I would like BO5 more. That's what I think. BO5 single elim. So yeah, I don't know. BO5 gets my heart rate up. So I just love the way playoffs feels. So I don't know. I just love that. I personally like when there's like a bit of an upset and someone gets eliminated early. To me, that's cool. And I feel like it's a really good balance right now where it feels like we're getting consistent playoff winners. So it's not totally like random, right? But then we are getting like solid amounts of upsets. I also would say that like sports do this for like the highest, most paid athletes in the world, like the World Cup or whatever. So I don't know. I just, it's hard for me to get behind a single elim system. Okay, I'll say this. All right, if you want my really hot takes. So I feel like the goal of double elim is to choose the most accurate best player, right? I would argue that if you want to do that, you should just have like a season of like, and by season, I don't mean like a ranked season, because that there's not times. Like you should do like like if someone wants to really figure that out, like the best way in my opinion would do like 1 or 2 matches every week for every player in the top whatever. And that would if you want to get, that would give you a sample size, like a workable sample size, right? In my opinion, that's less exciting than a bracket. So I feel like double elim to me feels like this kind of middle ground that I personally feel like for me is an overcook, where you're like trying to balance increasing the sample size and also having a bracket system. And I feel like it, like just pick, I don't know. To me, it's like we should either, I don't know. Again, I understand that a lot of people like double elim, and I don't mean to like disrespect any double elim tournaments or anything like that. But for me personally, I like single elim. I mean, maybe it's just like the fact that, like for me, like the Super Bowl, when the Seahawks were in the Super Bowl, that was like the coolest thing ever. I guess maybe that would be cool if it was double elim still, but I don't know. I'm just saying. You guys get my point. As long as there are other tournaments, yeah. Remember Relay competitor? It dragged on for so long. Yeah, I remember Relay to take a little bit. Bi-weekly tourney counts for phase 4. Wait. Oh. Yeah, I mean, dude, I hate the word bi-weekly. Can I just say that? Oh my god, I never know if people mean every 2 weeks or twice a week. I never know. Doesn't it mean both? Or am I crazy? Every 2 weeks, done every 2 weeks or twice a week. That's an absurd English word. That is an absurd English word. That is an absolutely absurd English word. What? Who made that? Actually, who made that? Fortnightly. That's better. There you go. Winter to summer. Double elim works better for something like mid-offs because the players are lower skill. They're more likely. Yeah, I think mid-offs. Let me think. Okay, no, I have a small beef with mid-offs. Okay, I have a small beef with mid-offs. I'll say it. Okay, I have a small beef. All right. Okay. All right. Hold on. It's like I need to like bring out paint. You guys might already know what I'm gonna say, but I need to describe this. Okay, so it's like you have like the winner's bracket is up here, and it gets to a winner here, right? And like let's say this person wins and they go here, and then the loser's bracket is down here. This gets to a winner and it goes up here. This person that won the winner's bracket doesn't start with an extra point or doesn't have to go to another, like it's literally just between these two. And it pisses me off because it's like this player theoretically could have like the same record as this player here, and they could lose. Which is it should be like they get a seed advantage or something like that, in my opinion. But I understand mid-offs is like not meant to be super competitive. It's kind of like more casual thing. I get that. That's just my opinion. Yeah, bracket reset or plus 1 point. Exactly. That's what I think. But hey, no hate to mid-offs. Mid-offs is awesome. It's like I said, it's a small little like gripe I have. Small little gripe. Yeah, and they get to pick. Yeah, no, you're right. They do get to pick the seed, but for me or they get some advantage with. I don't think that's enough in my opinion. In my opinion, that's a very small benefit for. They should just get an extra point in like a best of 5 is what I think. I think it should be like one. If I were running it, I would do like a best of 5. You get 1 point or something like that. +1 BO7 is fine. Okay, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6. Yeah, of course you want a best of 7. Of course you want a best of 7. You probably want like 6 or 7 games in there, something like that. Is that your goal there? Yeah, I get it. You're so funny. You're so funny. Haha. Congrats. Guys, we need to add the minion. Wait, Blob, do you know how to add the minion? You add the minion? Talking about playoffs? No, we're talking about mid-offs. But of course you would want to bring your stupid meme to playoffs too. No, we're not bringing best of 7 to playoffs, even though it's already there. But for you specifically, I'm telling Oliver right now we're changing it to a best of 5. For you, I just want to let you know. I just want to let you know. Guys, speaking of the minion, guys, I honestly, okay, during playoffs, right, like, back in the day, right, I was zoned out, okay? Back in the day, you go to season 2 VODs, season 1 VODs, dude, even like season 3 or 4 maybe, I'm like low-key, I'm talking about all sorts of random shit. Like, it's not that I wasn't, it's a long story, but like, there was a point where I realized like playoffs is like really becoming something bigger and I need to like lock the fuck in. But anyways, that's a whole nother story. Like, I mean, yeah, like season 1, like Feinberg was running it on his own PC. Like, it just has slowly evolved. That's a really, I love how playoffs has evolved. I feel, anyways, okay, sorry, that's a long story. But the point is, I've recently tried to stop like getting distracted as much. Not recently, like in the past year. Or maybe 2 years even. Or no. How long has playoffs been going on? I don't know. Anyway, sorry, I'm like very distracted. But basically, the thing I'm trying to bring up, is that, like, I've been making less jokes and stuff. So I made the Blaze Mind joke. I don't know if you guys remember that one. I don't know if you guys watched that one. I fully expected to get minion ... walled. But apparently, I looked at chat. Because I was fully I formally apologized for the joke on stream. I said, guys, I'm formally sorry for this one or something. And I don't think I saw a single minion. I was so shocked. I was so shocked by that. I was completely. No, okay, I will say part of the reason I apologized was because I don't think it's funny how long I think it took Feinberg to realize the joke. Like, Feinberg was just so locked in. And I said, maybe he got it in his mind. And I said it in like a completely commentator voice. And Feinberg, I think, like, I don't know. He took so long to like realize that it was a joke. It might have even been after I said like, oh, I'm so sorry or something. So anyways, I thought that was a good moment. I enjoyed that clip. Does anyone have the clip? I don't know. Someone made a tweet? Send me the tweet. Media training check? True. I think you do a very good job commentating, even if you don't know the super advanced shit. I mean, I don't think you need to know all the advanced stuff. I mean, I've got Feinberg right next to me. Now that your duo is retiring, dude, I'm legit sad. I'm actually sad about that. We'll see. I don't know. Okay, hold on. I got beef with this, actually. Hold on. Hold on. No, I gotta. Hold on. Hold on. No, this is unacceptable. Hold on. Guys, where did the extra blaze come from? Maybe from his mind. You know what, Nerdy, that made me chuckle? Okay, listen. Why are we saying, you know what? In my humble opinion, as an AP literature student, okay, if I was reading this as like a Shakespearean poem, okay, I would interpret this as generally this person is almost surprised that I would make them chuckle. That they wouldn't expect it. That's what I feel like, you know what, implies. In my opinion, in this context, right? So, like, I feel like what it should say is something along the lines of, unsurprisingly, Nerdi You made me chuckle once again. That would be kind of more what I would expect this tweet to say. Even a broken... Okay, guys, I'm not a broken clock. I don't think that's a fair analysis here. I don't think that's valid. What if they stand by it? If they stand by this tweet, then... Oh, I'm trying to think of something funny to say. I couldn't think of something. I'm sorry. Ah, shit. See, if I was funnier, maybe I would make them chuckle more often. Damn. That's the real moment of realization. Nerdi is a slow clock, so he's correct even more rarely. Okay, that's not fair. That's... Okay. Come on now. Did Loki and Skycrab get fined for their interviews? Okay. No. Obviously not. I know it's a joke, but guys, first of all, Skycrab's interview was my fault. I asked horrible questions. I need to learn. I learned from this. Apparently, I didn't know this, but apparently you're not supposed to ask in sports interviews unless it's like a final or something. You're not supposed to ask, how do you feel after that match? Because it puts the person in a tough spot where they have to come up with some explanation. Like sometimes people that have like a lot of media experience can bounce off of that easily, and like Hacks, for example, can yap about anything, right? But for like, you know, a lot of people, it's hard to like on the spot answer that question. It sounds simple, but like for a lot of people, it's easier to talk about the gameplay. So anyways, yeah. And second, Loki, I loved the Loki interview, okay? I thought Loki's answers were fucking awesome. That was fantastic. That was very enjoyable. I forgot that whole seed. Okay, but again, me and Fiber probably should not have started at the seed 1 after the craziest seed 5 ever. You know what I mean? We probably should have started with, yeah, you died in the Bastion on game 5 with your playoffs life on the line, and managed to claw back an entire minute against one of the best players in the world. But yeah, let's talk about seed 1 and one small decision you made to craft shears. We probably shouldn't have started there. That's okay. My fault, gang. Dude, Doog is awesome. Shout out, Doog. You live, you learn. No, we are learning. Well, okay, sounds like Feinberg's quitting after this, but I am learning, guys. I can say for myself, I am learning. I am excited to do more playoffs, and yeah, I mean, we'll see. Fine is quitting. That is maybe what's happening. Maybe. He hates me too much. No, I'm joking. I think he's gonna do just like become more of a player. Oh yeah, the Blaze Mind joke. Yeah. Sorry. The Blaze Mind joke. Wow.
3+2.
For the
Beautiful.
3+2.
And
Beautiful stuff.
and where does the extra blaze come from?
I don't know. Maybe in his mind. Okay, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm sorry. Look how long it takes Feinberg. Look how long it is. Okay, let's count the seconds. Oh. Maybe in his mind. Okay, I'm sorry. One. You know what? 2. Look at that. It's such a delayed laugh. He's so locked in. I'm sorry. Look at this. Okay, let's count. Maybe in his mind. Okay, ready? Okay, 40, 47, 19. Ready? Okay, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm sorry. Dude, it's actually 3 full seconds. It's actually 3 full seconds. And I agree. If I didn't apologize, I don't know if Feinberg gets that joke. I actually don't. I think there's a chance he doesn't get the joke. You're grinning? Guys, I'm a grinner. Everyone should know this about me. I have no poker face. When I'm playing poker, I will be smiling even if I have the best hand in the world. I'll still be smiling. I have a reverse poker face. What's your YouTube notif? Probably a comment about Craft a Lie. Loki. Did they get it? The use of sealed vessel for the finale was perfect, not gonna lie. They didn't get, okay. Those who know, okay, listen. Craft a Lie, okay, listen, this is some insider info, okay? The finale for Craft a Lie starts off with the, it starts off with Sealed Vessel, the finale to Hollow Knight, and it transitions into the Grandmother Silk, the final song for Silk Song. It uses both the final song from Hollow Knight transitioning into the final song from Silk Song. Tell me that's not... B is a genius. B is a genius. Jacko! Thanks for the raid, Jacko. Cinema. Cinema. Good luck. Thank you for the good luck. Thank you for the good luck. Dylan or Rain? Maybe. I don't know if... I feel like Dylan and Rain are kind of out of the scene is the problem. I will... We'll figure it out. I'm not worried. Bring lags back. True. No, we'll see. I don't know. It's going to be interesting for sure. It's going to be interesting. I feel like I've like molded my commentary style to try and pair with Feinberg. So we'll see where I go from here, because I don't know. It's going to be different for sure, but we'll figure it out. Like, I don't even know who you're referencing. Oh, never mind. I think you're talking about like commentators. Just Ludwig. I think Ludwig is great as a reactor. Dude, there's a tweet. Like, hold on. Can I find it? Dude, Ludwig is so funny, man. There's a tweet of him eating a sandwich next to all three of us, and it said, like, he thinks he's part of the team. And, dude, I just thought that was so funny. I just thought that was so funny. I'm debuting season 10, so I won't be able to commentate. Oh, that's okay. That is, no, dude, I actually, like, okay, this might sound cringe, but I am, like, actually kind of sad, bro. Dude, actually kind of sad. I'm gonna miss Feinberg. I'm gonna miss Feinberg a lot, honestly. But it's okay. It's not like he's like, we'll still talk and be friends, obviously. But I don't know. It is gonna be different, and that's gonna be, I don't like change. He isn't dying. I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's not that deep, but like, okay, I think from your guys' perspective, it's like not any different, really. You can just watch Feinberg's perspective, and he'll just be like reacting and being funny or whatever. But I guess from my perspective, it's like, you know, it's a pretty big change from my perspective, which Not saying it's a bad change. It could be for the best, but yeah. He's pushing 30. True. Dougal saying he was killed me. It's okay. It's okay. Dude, Ludwig is so funny, man. Let's reaction to everything. Wait, so chat, okay, I heard a rumor. Okay, I don't know if this is true. All right, I'm not accusing Ludwig of anything, okay? I heard a rumor. Okay, I just want to know if anyone knows if this is true. All right, I heard that. Okay, and I feel like this might be totally false, but if it was true, it'd be really funny in my head. Does Ludwig ever make up chat messages and reply to them because he has a good response to it? Because that's 500 IQ. No judgment if he does that. Dude, does he do that? Because that is like fucking 8-dimensional chess right there, man. Dude, oh man. That is a really funny concept if he actually does that. Yeah, his chat moves so fast, exactly. And he's 2 different chats. Dude, he could totally get away with doing that. I feel like I really want to know if that rumor is true. I heard that from someone. I don't remember who. Dude, that is such a funny concept to me. That is such a funny concept to me. Because sometimes he just has, like, insane responses to me. That, like, there's no way in my head he comes up with that on the fly. Waiting for Nerdi to make up a chat message? No, I'll do that. Nerdi, what do you use to make your hair look so good in playoffs? I just make, honestly, I don't know. I feel like it's just kind of, it comes natural to me. I guess it's hard for me not to make my hair look amazing. Lots of water, true. Yeah. Wet hair bingo. Dude, I've been trying to make it look less wet, but it's still like, with the gel that I put in my hair in the morning, it looks so wet still. I heard a rumor that media training made you cover up the flag with a towel. Is that true? Okay, not really. So basically, media training told me that I had, media training, I asked how much of my background I should remove from distractions. And the only feedback I got is that I should remove, well, technically all they said was to remove the Barcelona text because it was distracting for some people, especially when it was backwards. But it was just easier for me to just fully remove the flag. Then, if you watch LCQ, you'll notice that, I'm backlit in the mornings, or like around like 11 a.m., I get mega backlit. Even with the Barcelona flag there, I get insanely backlit. And, okay, no, wait, hold on. I can actually find this. Hold on. No, I want to show you guys this. No, this is insider info. No, you guys have to see this shit. This is actually so funny. Season 9 qualifier. Okay, watch this. Look. Guys, you guys are actually not going to believe this. This is so stupid. So, okay. So, first of all, like, this looks bad, right? This looks bad. Wait, let's see if I can find it. Where does it look? Sometimes it looks really bad. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, so here it looks pretty good. Now, what I'm doing is I am intentionally, right, placing my head to cover up as much of this window as possible. That's why I'm leaning so far to this way without it looking awkward, because what I'm trying to do is prevent the light from hitting my camera and making my face look super dark. Like, look at it here.
Not good.
No, dude, there's gotta be times, like, look, Look how dark it gets.
Wait, how many? I can't see. How many
No,
eyes?
saw there was a 0.
Look how dark it gets. Look at that. Look at that. It looks so bad. It looks so bad. So I put a towel, or no, I put a blanket on my window and it fixed the problem. Like here it looks fine.
It was just like on the way.
Fine-ish.
70 gold that we traded.
But you can see I start to like dodge my head into the way. Like here it looks fine because the sun hasn't fully rose or something. But yeah, you can see like there, like I'm like very paranoid because I'm like obviously looking at my cam. Like look at him, I'm kind of awkwardly standing here. Anyways. Red Nerdy, no, it's just the lighting. It's just the lighting. It's just the lighting. It's all about lighting. Nahan, what's good? Dude, you played really well today. Great shit. I know you didn't get the result you were probably hoping for, but well fucking played regardless. Well fucking played. I was very impressed. Paler than a ghost. True. True. Also, wait, hold on. Hold on. Another. I'm realizing there's more tweets I have to reply to. Wait, where was this one tweet? Was it quotes? No. Here we go. Hold on. Hold on. More drama. More drama to reply to. Hello? Drama.
Anyone else feeling the pain?
We need the drama. We need the drama. And we can't have everyone be. Okay, first of all, base nerdy take. Let me just start off with that, okay? Motherfuckers need to start fucking yelling at each other, getting mad. This is playoffs. This is not fucking kindergarten. All right, legit in my kindergarten class, there's probably more arguments, all right, than these players. But anyways. Nice to each other when we be friends. We need to have some drama here. Tubbo, okay, so Tubbo understands. He agrees with me. But then...
What this twink is saying?
Hello? Hello?
True.
I can't complain. That's fair. Hello? Okay, anyways. And then, on top of that, Fulham. Bro! Fulham, true. What do you mean, true? Okay, anyways. Okay, well, I guess that's just GG. That's just GG. W full. Guys, come on. You guys can't W full on that. Come on, guys. Bada bum. Bada bum. All right. What am I saying? What am I doing? Maybe Tubbo can be Fine's replacement. And you can say that in the booth. Guys. Hello? Tubbo not getting media trained yet. Tubbo would need an immense amount of media training. Did I miss the playoff discussion or am I right on time? We've been talking about it. Jumper for commentary? Jumper could be a good commentator. They just stare at each other. True. We need to have, like, yeah, some kind of face-off. Jumper was so good at commentating mid-offs too. No, true. Very true. Get Dream, Lamau. I don't know about that one. Bum. For example, this playoffs would have been good to have Raul if Fine wasn't playing. Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely find someone, guys. We'll definitely find someone. I am confident that we will figure it out. I'm confident that we'll figure it out. I do agree that I think me and Feinberg have a nice balance of like, you know, he knows a lot about the game and I know enough, you know, you know what I mean? But, we'll figure it out. I am not worried. Thoughts on the schedule and stuff? It was overrunning, which I don't care. So, okay. There's like an inherent problem with best of fives, which is that we can either have them. Okay, so we can either make plan them and have a lot of dead time if they are 3-0s, if we give them a lot of time in between matches, or we can plan them and then they can take a while if they're best of fives if we don't give them a lot of time, right? So for this playoffs, we decided to do short, like a 1 hour in between each match, and then like every fucking game's a best of 5. So that's just the way of the road. I think that's the way to go. Yeah, Fulham in the booth and someone else does analysis, or we remove analysis entirely. It's definitely a possibility. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Splitting Parker / Curry, even though I think they're both great. Yeah, like I said, I just like, I don't know. I don't want to like talk too much on it just because I just don't like know exactly where we're going with that, you know? I don't want to speak on behalf of the team, you know? Have Silver do the analysis? Like, the analysis is low-key a lot of work. I don't, not that Silver couldn't do it, but I could see a world where Silver would prefer to like, you know, if he's playing or if he's, you know, reacting. I don't know. It's like a lot less work to just like react on stream, you know? I mean, that's ultimately, I think, why Fine chose to leave. Maybe Andrew. I mean, the problem is like a lot of these players do also like, they also will likely play. And so I think the direction, well, I shouldn't say that, but I do wonder if people, because I think part of the reason Fine is leaving is because he wants it to be like fully separate. So, I don't know. Fine is leaving commentary. I shouldn't. I honestly, my understanding is he's thinking about it, and most likely will. I don't think it's totally certain, but not this season. No, he's leaving. Like he's finishing off this season. Next playoffs, you're winning. Nahan, that's what I like to fucking hear. That's what I like to fucking hear. Oops. That's what I like to fucking hear. Maybe local tortillas commentating next season. True. So true. EDCR, yeah. I mean, EDCR Smite is the only prediction I got wrong. So by default, that is the biggest upset for me. Oh, fuck. Playing conscious, yeah, conflict of interest, yeah. I definitely think it's significantly less than it is of like him being in the back end or whatever. The thing is, like, okay, the weird thing about playoffs, like a lot of issues that playoffs has or has had, I guess, that we're fixing comes from the fact that like it started off as it wanted to be big, but it was like we never expected to get to where we are. Like legitimately, I don't think any of us expected to be where we're at right now at all. Like I think it was that, I mean, that was the goal, I guess, but like legitimately it's growing so fast and it's been growing, and I don't know, it's just yeah, 60,000 people watching is unbelievable. I mean, sure, that's across a lot of streams and whatnot, but still, I mean, still, that's a lot of people, right? Like, I mean, even if you say that there's like 10,000 double counted viewers or something like that, I mean, that's like a football stadium, you know? Like, so anyways, my point is, like, it was just like, there were issues, and there was, we've had, like, it was sort of home community run, whatever, and it still kind of is, right? So we're trying to fix as many of these issues and be as professional as we can, but obviously there's a lot still to go, and yeah. Even without Ludwig, it would have been a new record. Yeah, like I'd probably, yeah. It's hard to say. If you're saying entirely without Ludwig playing ranked at all, like I think Ludwig is a big reason. But if you're saying without Ludwig streaming, then I totally agree. The current players graph looking like? I mean, I could just say right now it's at 1,200. I don't know if I can share the graph. So we hit a 57,000 peak today. Oh no, that was yesterday. Oh no, I think we hit maybe even higher. 60K yesterday is crazy, and then today was like 50 or something. That's wild, man. That's wild. So we're on the ranked page. There's what's up Facebook. Yeah, there you go. There's your face points explanation. Okay, listen. Ingrid, okay, listen. This is what I want from you, okay? Are you listening to me right now? Ingrid K Travels, okay? I want you to, okay, honestly, I feel like the odds of this are incredibly low, but no, but listen up. All right, I want you to click on this button, okay? You're going to click on this. You're going to understand after reading this, you're going to see exactly how to qualify, okay? And I want to see your name in LCQ Season 10. Do it. Make it happen. Make it happen, okay? I'm not qualifying for anything. No, you gotta be confident. You gotta be confident. Come on. No, you gotta be confident. You gotta be confident. Just say like, yeah, I'll do it. Don't even think they'll auto call. True. Sorry, you can also auto call. That's fine. When are you getting an LCQ? No, that's not a relevant question. That's not a relevant question here. That's not what we're talking about. That's a different conversation. That's a pivot. That they call that in a debate. That's a pivot. Just pivoted. Do Alice 22, it's fine. Yeah. He's trying to live through. Yeah, I mean, guys, why do you think I commentate ranked? I'm vicariously living through these runners, okay? I'm pretending that I'm getting a sub 7 or an 824 average on a Rune Portal. That's what I'm doing. 22 is Unk. People are calling me Unk. No, someone called me Gramp, and I'm fucking 24. Like, what is this? No, I deliberately don't, so I can commentate. Yep. Your family already put you in hospice at 23. Damn. Drunk. Dude, I'm just vibing right now. Dude, I'm trying to decide if I even want to play. I feel like I'm just vibing so hard with chat. I feel like I could just talk about playoffs, like, indefinitely. So I'm just going to keep talking about playoffs. Is there any other good... Chat, what was your favorite moment from this weekend? What was your favorite moment? What was your favorite moment? It was a good way to learn keybinds. You should not ask me that question. You should not ask me that question. Just do doom scroll private rooms. We could. Skycrab win. Good answer. I liked that as well. Ludwig celebrating Fine's death. No, that was a really good clip. That was a really good clip. Loki voice reveal. Dude. Loki's in listen. Loki's interview was awesome. I loved it. I loved every second of it. I thought his answers were so funny, and like the way that he just does not even think about these things to me. Like he's like, yeah, it's just easy. It's just easy. Like, and I think the funny thing about that is I think he's being fully truthful. I don't think he even thinks about some of the things he does that all of us are like, what the fuck? How is he doing that? I think he just does it. Like, it's second nature to him. Like, I don't know. I like, what do you mean? I just press a few buttons. Yeah, mechanics ingrained into his body. Exactly. The Loki clutch. That was a great way to end the weekend, I'll say. It was a great way to close out everything. Dude, I will also say, sorry, I know I've been glazing Ludwig a lot, but I will say one thing about Ludwig. When I heard he was going to commentate, or not commentate, but react or whatever to playoffs, I was expecting him to like kind of watch, maybe like tune out, like maybe like go do some other stuff, like maybe like kind of tab back and forth a little bit, not really get in. I thought he was gonna make like a lot of jokes and like be kind of like memeing around a lot, but honestly, he was like making analysis of the game. Like he was analyzing players and plays, and sure, it was, I guess, kind of surface level, but honestly, I think a lot of the things he was saying were true. I think he had good analysis overall, and he seemed like invested from like an esports perspective, not just like making content out of it. So that was awesome. That was so cool to see. I mean, I didn't watch the entire time. Obviously, I was commentating like half of it, but yo, Poundy, thank you for the raid. We're just talking about playoffs. We're yapping about playoffs. He knows when to lock in. Yeah, I guess so. And he seemed like excited. Like, for example, I knew that he watched Silver, Feinberg, and Infume. Those are three people I know that he watched because he's like mentioned them. So I kind of expected him to be less engaged with the matches of like random people. Or not random people, but people from his perspective are like, he doesn't know who they are, right? But he seemed like he was figuring it out based on the stats, figuring out based on the commentary, figuring it out and like trying to like craft narratives. It was so good. And Tapple, true, Tapple. Yeah, he knows hacks as well. But like the fact that I don't know, he was like so excited about Loki winning, like that was so cool to me. Like I haven't heard him say anything about Loki before this weekend. But he knows enough about speedrunning. And hey, you know, at the end of the day, It could be, I will say, it could be he watched a certain video that introduced him to a lot of the runners and got them discussing things. You know what I mean? It could, I mean, God, whoever made that video, I mean, they must, I mean, they're really to credit here, I think. Like, let's be real. That, I mean, perfect introduction to all the runners. And just, I mean, they must be like a genius of sorts. You're right, W full. Okay, well, okay. No, the real answer there that you guys should have said was, oh, you are right, W biggest B. Shout out biggest B. Shout out biggest B. Am I right, guys? Shout out biggest B. That was the real way to change that. You hear him say Rec Rap's the MCSR's finest, and I don't mean the gameplay. Hey, well, what can I say? He's not wrong. Biggest B from HPG highlights. Okay, guys. Just because he has no uploads on HPG highlights does not mean anything. He's working on bigger things, bigger projects, bigger dreams, such as queuing League of Legends and playing Cyberpunk. Okay, these are big things for Biggest B. All right, guys. This is big. Biggest of the B's of things. HPG just hasn't had enough highlights recently. True. True. Bastions v Vegetables sequel. Hey, don't ask me. That's a Poundy thing. That's a Poundy thing. When's the next HPG podcast? I should get on it. That's a good question. Did you hear the news? Did you hear the news? What's the news? Fuck. It's a D's nuts joke. I just can't hear it in my head. Steez nuts. Oh fuck. We need to use that. As far as a Yap channel, okay, so I was thinking a lot about the I kind of overcooked on the Yap channel because I got kind of perfectionisty about it, where I was like, I needs to have the perfect gameplay, and from me, like, it doesn't need to be a sub 10 or something, but it needs to be like beautiful, like a sub 12, and then, or not even that necessarily, just like rather good gameplay in a ranked match, and then on top of that, I need to have it recording, and then on top of that, I need to have a story that's interesting. Because, for example, I don't want to talk about how I don't like driving. Not calling anyone out particularly, but I can do better than that. Sorry. Those who know, I just destroyed Infew, but it's okay. No, but I can. I'm not in the know. Infume made a video about driving that he said he did not like them. So yeah, I am calling it Infume. No, but I guess like what I'm saying is I wanted to come up with like a particularly interesting story. And I was thinking about what I could do. The problem is I feel like sometimes when I think of a good idea, it's like a little, how do I say it? It's like a little bit of an interesting topic that would, like, I don't know. I don't want to cause drama, but like, for example, like talking about like dream cheating in 2020. That's like the easiest content to make in the world. You know what I mean? Just yap about Hollow Knight or something. See, my take is that I don't think anyone would want to listen to me talk about Hollow Knight, except for a very select few people. That's too far back. No, I'm saying in 2020, that would be what you'd make the content on. That's what I'm saying. Sorry. I'm not saying making a video about Dream now. We listened to Parker going dancing. Yeah, but the thing about Parker is that he's legit a master storyteller. Maybe I need to just, maybe it's just a reps thing. All night boss tier list. There you go. Dude, I have default takes. You should upload a video about HPG's full legal names and addresses. Okay, I'm on it. You underestimate your yap ability? No. To be clear, I can yap, but I feel like people would get bored. I don't know. Like, okay, what I'm saying is that I think there's stories I could think up for my life, for things that happened, that I could yap about that would actually be really good. I just need to think about what they are. Be the most interesting for others. Yeah, you might be right. You might be right. Do you guys find what? Let's see. Do you guys find what do I like right now? What am I interested in right now? You know what I've been watching a lot of? You've been watching a lot of recently is videos about writing for shows. I've been watching this guy that just talks about writing in like screenplays. And I know that might sound like random. Okay, well, first of all, I love movies, so I'm always interested to hear people talk about movies. But this guy just talks about like writing, his experience writing screenplays. And I just find it to be the most fascinating fucking thing ever. I just find it to be so fucking interesting. Like, I will legit sit and watch this guy. And I have like insane... Okay, guys, if you guys can't tell, mega ADHD brain over here, okay? Like, I have the attention span of a fucking goldfish, okay? But I will just sit down and just watch this guy sketch on paint, talking about writing his screenplays. And they're not even, like, shows that I know anything about. It's not like Breaking Bad or something. It's like he's talking about, like, random screenplays. It's so interesting, though. It's so cool. And I could, like, I feel like I'm learning a lot by just watching this guy. And I almost, why not talk about movies? I've thought about talking about movies. I could do movie reviews. Marty Supreme, 4.5 out of 5. Fantastic movie. Everyone should go see it. And every fucking person that criticizes that goddamn movie misinterprets the ending. And it pisses me off. I could talk about that for an hour. Every single person. The ending's not earned. I don't think that you are putting your fucking art cap on, all right? I don't think you're this surface level understanding, okay? Holy shit, I've seen so many Twitter takes. The ending's not earned, bro. Marty does, he's like an asshole. He wouldn't do that. But what they don't understand is that Marty is actually like mega emotional and would get caught up in that moment. And the point, in my opinion, of the ending is he gets caught up in the emotional moment. It seems like he's having this 180. And then in my interpretation, we don't see this, but I bet you like in a week from now, he's probably out playing ping pong again. That's my interpretation of the ending. Anyways, sorry. Have you seen the Golden Globes? I saw that The Pit did good, and I recently watched that movie. Or not the movie, that show. I recently watched that show. I'm caught up. I saw the actor one. I saw that Timothée Chalamet won, I think, Best Actor or something. That's good. And then I haven't seen the movie that won. I forget, what's it called? One Battle After Another? I haven't seen the movie, so can't talk about it. No, Twitter just rage baits me all the time. I swear, guys, my Twitter timeline, the algorithm knows me, bro. It just feeds me takes that I disagree with because it knows every single time I click on them to just like seethe. I never reply. I just always click. I don't ever, it just feeds me with things I disagree with just constantly. just constantly. That's all it does for me. That's all it does. It's rage bait. But it's like, you watch sports? Yes, I watch sports. You have the passion for a Yap channel? Okay, I do have the passion. When it comes to movies, I have very strong opinions. Okay, when I like a movie, when I really like a movie and someone dislikes it, if they dislike it for a reason that's like, it's not my thing, that's one thing. But if they like try and criticize it as like bad art, then I get pissed off usually. Unless it's like I don't have that much attachment to it. But like, man. I feel like when people don't like, when they just have these like super surface level opinions, I didn't like this. Like, for example, I'll give you an easy example. Okay? Is motherfuckers will be like, I don't like the main character. He's a bad person. That for me is the biggest rage bait of it all. Is like they try and take some moral high ground as if every character that's interesting needs to be a good person. Hello? Have you ever seen Darth Vader? Have you ever seen the Joker? Have you ever seen Walter White? Hello? In my opinion, lawful good is fine but boring. I don't have an issue with good characters. I'm not saying they're all. I don't think that's, to me, like, okay, now I'm gonna talk about the thing I'm learning about writing, okay, is that the way that you should think about characters is not characters that you agree or disagree with, but just like every character has their own ethos. They have their own things that they believe in, and other characters have other things that they believe in, and the plot is the putting these characters in positions where those beliefs come at odds with one another, and there's some kind of conflict or disagreement. And so, naturally, sometimes you're going to get one character you agree with and one character that you disagree with. Naturally, sometimes you're going to get two characters that you maybe fully disagree with. But that doesn't mean that that story can't be interesting. I don't know. Anyways, sorry. What's my favorite movie? I really like 2001: A Space Odyssey, Parasite, Dune 2, and The Dark Knight. Why is bro explaining narratives 101? Because I'm learning about narratives. I'm learning about it for the first time. Despicable Me is solid. It's solid. Minions 2: Rise of Gru. Can't say I've ever seen it. Can't say I've ever seen it. Oh, you guys are gonna hit me with the Minion. Did I like Pluribus? I feel like I did like it. I felt like it was like getting good and then it cut me off. Like I felt like there was a point maybe around episode 6. Oh wait. Oh, okay. No, I'm not gonna do that. It was a little bit after episode 6, maybe, but definitely before episode 8. Okay. I caught myself, guys. I caught myself. Definitely before episode 8, where I felt like it kind of was losing me a little bit. I don't mind slow, but I was worried, like I didn't see the, like when I think of a slow burn, it's like I want to feel like we're getting somewhere, and I felt at one point like we were going off course. But I did like the finale, and I'm curious where it goes from there. That one is related to Breaking Bad somehow, right? It is literally related to Breaking Bad. It's by the same creator. Koosh, thank you for the raid. Thank you. W. Koosh. Koosh W. Thank you. Go get the elo. I have been yapping for an hour and 40 minutes. I'm not procrastinating. Look at me go. I really got a lot of yap in me, don't I? For a parody of God's plan, I don't know about that one. Classic start to a nerdy stream, I see. It is a classic start to a nerdy stream. It is indeed. Have you heard about Fortnite Battle Royale? Never, no. Guys, I might play Arc Raiders with Dave. Is that game good? Does anyone know? The parody with Dylan and Fulham is a banger. I'm not those who know. Maybe it's like a totally different audience. I've tried to ask a lot of people in HPG to play with me because I want to try it, but I don't want to play it alone. And every single person's like, nah, I'm good. Like, no one's playing it, except Dave started finally playing it. He's down to play. What's the question? Arc Raiders. I don't know if I'm just like curious what the game even is, man. Okay. All right, guys. What do I play besides Minecraft? I play Hollow Knight. I love Souls games. Souls games are my life. Okay, put me in Dark Souls, in Elden Ring, Bloodborne, Hollow Knight, even though it's not really a Souls game, but it kind of is also a Souls game. First, really good. Lots of my friends have played. Yeah. I should play a FromSoft game? You really should. I have tried speedrunning a little bit of Hollow Knight. Whoa. Dude, I feel like dizzy. Best FromSoft. Elden Ring, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 1, Sekiro. That's all I played. I think Elden Ring is by far the best. Sekiro bottom is crazy. Okay, I'll give you this. No gameplay, by the way. Whoops. So, here's the thing about Sekiro, okay? Sekiro has the highest peak for me, but the average gameplay was not my favorite. The average Sekiro gameplay, it took the entire game, I feel like, for me to learn the game. And for me to enjoy the game. And I almost quit. And then the final boss is legitimately like my favorite boss in any game. Wait. Hey, you guys are good. You guys are so impatient. You guys are so impatient. Second playthrough goes hard. So that is true. I don't think I might have, I think I've done, what's it called? NG plus on Elden Ring, and that's about it. Elden Ring or Dark Souls? I think Elden Ring is probably what you should start with. It's a little bit more complicated maybe than like Dark Souls. A little bit more things you can do. But I think it's a better game. Like if you could never play Dark Souls 3, your life would be okay. If you could never play Elden Ring, that's kind of a sad thing. I should have made shears. I felt like Dark Souls 3 didn't have a lot. It felt like a very safe game. Is what it felt like to me. It felt like it didn't feel... I didn't feel strongly about it, but it was good. It was good start to finish. Extraction shooter. Keep your loot. PvP and then PvP. I feel like I just need to play it. Like I've heard like a very like this explanation a lot, and like it kind of makes sense, but I guess I don't fully understand like what's so good about it or what people are so hooked on. I feel like I just need to play it. Dark Souls 3 was your first Souls game. You really enjoyed it? I don't know. I don't know anything about the voice acting. So Bloodborne, okay. Here's how I feel about Bloodborne. First of all, I think Elden Ring is the better game. I do. I think Elden Ring's the better game, and like I really understand why people like Bloodborne more, like the people that do. I do get it. But I think that Elden Ring's the better game, and so since Elden Ring's the better game, and if you consider that Elden Ring's the better game, then I think what you should do is play Elden Ring. I think there is a way to play it on PC, but it might have gotten patched. I know Dave played it on PC. Bloodborne. Might have gotten like DMCA'd or something. Bloodborne is just garbage slop? Hello? It's not like a good line of attack. Like, say it's like a bullshit game design with a bad healing system. Like, give me, come on, it's not a garbage slop. I don't know, it's like that's not even a fun rage bait to engage with, because it's like no one would say that. Okay. Alright, randomizers, I have not. So honestly, the way that I felt with Hollow Knight, and the way that I felt with Silksong as well, is that I feel like there's a limit to how much enjoyment you can get from a game. And for me, like, right? And I feel like there's a point where it's better to just look for other games. So for instance, like, I feel like for me, anything after P5, and I did kind of enjoy doing Silksong, or not Silksong, Steel Soul. But honestly, like, I felt like there was a peak of my enjoyment in that game. And if I kept going, I think it would start to feel stale. I think I'm glad that I found other games such as Outer Wilds. That's a game that I played since Hollow Knight. You know, it's like I got more enjoyment out of Outer Wilds than I would out of doing, for example, what I think I would get out of doing, honestly, even like Steel Soul that I did complete. That's how I feel. I'm so distracted right now. I'm honestly like not even trying to play for pace. I'm just like chilling. I'm just vibing. I'm just kind of like, I'm just relaxing, reading chat, giving you guys background footage. Getting so many spawns though. I don't even feel like this isn't even like the worst pace for me. Did I not get it? Did it break? Am I stupid? Huh. Okay. Maybe a fox saw it. True. That is still crazy, man. I still cannot believe that happened. Ah. No way. Oh, I only have one more pearl. Over the train back into lava. I low-key threw that pearl while looking at chat, so that's kind of on me. Texting and driving? No, it's actually what just happened. Did I tell you guys that I think I did. Guys, I almost got in an accident recently. It was crazy. I think I did talk about this on stream. But it was crazy, man. There, like, I got cut off on while just driving on a 2-lane road, and like a guy like turning. It's kind of a complicated like arrangement to explain, but like a guy basically cut in front of me while they were turning, and it could have been a really bad accident. It could have been like 6 cars probably. But I clutched up. I fucking threaded the needle, and it was luckily no one even got hit. So I was honestly very proud of myself. Oh, oops, what am I doing? Dude, why is my inventory always a mess? Good thing you weren't reading chat then. No, I am a mega safe driver. My general reasoning is that I don't know. Some people are definitely gonna probably disagree with me on this. Well, no, I feel like this is not just really something to disagree about. So I feel that driving is like easily the most dangerous thing that people interact with on a daily basis, other than like, unless you want to count like I don't know, like sugar or something, like health like that. But like as far as like something that could hurt you in the immediate future, I feel like driving is easily the most dangerous thing that most people interact with. Or not most people, but people who drive interact with, right? And so I do every possible thing I can to mitigate that. Like I barely speed, almost ever. Like the extent, like I'll go, you know, with the flow of traffic at most. I think everyone hopefully agree with me on some of that, but I don't know. I'm a very safe driver. So me getting in like an accident scenario, I feel like is very rare because I'm just, I don't know. Oh, damn. Do you think speedrunning helps you with being a better driver? Honestly, it's possible. I felt like I was gaming. I felt like I was gaming. I legitimately felt like I was gaming in that moment. I'm Tass. No, I think when I did it, I yelled in my car. I said, I just clutched the fuck up. I'm pretty sure that's what I yelled when I'm pretty sure that's what I yelled in my car. After I, like, fully felt, like, obviously everything, like, I fully hit the brakes and everything. Dude, it was intense, man. It was an intense moment in my life, okay? No, but honestly, like, this might sound stupid, but the thing I was saying to HPG is that when this happened, I legitimately... Okay. So no one got hurt, right? No one's car got dinked. No one's like, nothing happened, right? It was just very close to what could have been a lot of cars in an accident. And so I low-key am glad this happened to me. I don't know if that's like a bad thing to say, but I feel like it's fine because no one got hurt and nothing bad happened, right? Because, the reason is because it's not like it reminded me to be a safe driver. Like, I know to be a safe driver. I am a safe driver. Like, anyone that's not attentive gets in an accident there, right? But the thing is, like, I've always had this paranoia that, you know, like, I choke zeros and shit, bro. Like, imagine... no, I don't have... why did I think I had TNT? Like, imagine I'm like, my life's on the line, and I have to clutch up. You know? Like, actually, though, that's a scary thought. That's a scary thought, and I've always worried that I would panic in the moment. Or not even necessarily my life, but just like my, like, I'm in, like, you know, a dangerous situation. I've worried that I would, like, panic and do the wrong thing. But I feel like this was a scenario where I legitimately felt like it was not easy. It was not just like slam on your brakes. It was like I had to like slam on my brakes and kind of like veer into the lane that I was not in a little bit, but not enough to hit the car to my right. Like I just had to like kind of barely squeeze in between two cars and stop, which gave me just enough time to stop. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's hard without, like... It's obviously hard to explain. Because it was kind of a complicated situation, but in either case, I feel like I did a good job. And I despite the pressure, like, I didn't even think about it, I just did it. So it gave me confidence, maybe a little bit, feel a little bit more comfortable with my life skills, I guess. Like there. That's like basically what happened. Not like that. I didn't die. That's not what happened. I just meant, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. Karma hit hard. Go practice for queuing for making LCQ, Ingrid. You should know this. Why are you in my chat right now? You should be practicing. Your goal is to make LCQ, remember? Nope. Okay, well, you're gonna do it, so I have decided for you that's your goal. That's your goal in life. You should quit everything you're doing in life and do that goal. This is a horrible seed. What is this bullshit? -1 COD, -1 seed. Now, you could be the richest person in the world. I mean, but if you haven't made it into LCQ, what are you doing with your life? And before you guys say, oh, Nerdi, you haven't made it into LCQ, what are you talking about? Who's commented every single LCQ? Who? Name the person who's been there for every single LCQ. Okay? Arguably better than most people. Who's been there for every single playoffs finals? Not Loki. Loki's not there every single playoffs finals. Nope. Who is there, though? Who the fuck is there? That's me. That's me, baby. Arguably, who's there after playoffs, inside doing the interview, or not doing the interview, but in the interview room, okay? After every single playoffs? Who? You can't say that about, not even Loki. Sure, Hacks won last time, and Hacks has been to a lot of finals, but nope. Feinberg, okay, Feinberg's there, that is true, but, you know, there's another individual. I already got this. Dude, what am I doing? I'm not paying attention at all, is what I'm doing. You might be tasked. I don't know what to say. W full. No, that's fair. Oliver's probably there. That's not a relevant fact either for the context, guys. Whoa. Do we not get it? Oh, I got it. Never mind. I just got so much that I didn't even notice. Wait, where's the fucking... Oh, it's over there, fuck. Dude, I forgot I was streaming for a second. Holy shit, you guys ever have that? You just like completely forget where you are for a second? Not forget, that's the wrong word. Just zone the fuck out is how I describe it. Like mega zone the fuck out. In a moment where you probably shouldn't zone out. Am I the only one? Okay, well. It usually happens to me when I'm tired. I'm a little bit tired. I did wake up today. Bright and early. Bright and early. For playoff skis. Zoned out or locked in? I would say zoned out. Autopilot. I did my first 0 second run ever. Congratulations. That's a big moment. Like seriously. That's awesome. I probably shouldn't have thrown that. Oh, okay, I just didn't fucking put this shit again. God damn it. What did I just throw out? I don't even know. Dude, I'm so... There's no pearls? Oh, there we go. Okay. Vamos. Guys, I'm fluent in Spanish if you can't tell. Okay. Hello? Huh. pass. Oh my god, that was awesome. Tell me that was not amazing. Oh wait, you can't, because it was. Is hate watching more or less fun than love watching? Guys, who hate watches me? No one. No one hate watches me, alright? I don't even know if that's what you were implying, but I just want to let you know that it's not possible to hate watch someone as talented as I am. I mean, you can try, but it'll be like a pretty awful experience, to be fully honest. Okay, so does this work? Why don't I just like scooch over there? Oh, I was thinking about in sports. Oh, okay. No, that's understandable. So does this need to be soul sand? Does this work? I want to experiment with this, because this is something I do not understand. Okay, so that does need to be soul sand, I think. I think the block, like, gets blocked. Sorry, I think the TNT falls. Guys, you have to try stuff. Guys, I'm gonna be honest. I hope you guys can forgive me for this one. I'm gonna get off. I am exhausted right now. I'm exhausted. I'm absolutely exhausted. I want to get a stream in here. I hope you guys enjoyed. It was definitely on the shorter end, but I will definitely get some longer streams in the upcoming days. Sorry, Tapple. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Just copied a Minecraft command instead of Tapple. I'm gonna pass the fuck out. I'm gonna go pass out. I'm gonna go pass out, get my beauty sleep, and yeah, I'll see you guys the next stream, maybe tomorrow, something like that. So yeah, goodbye.